Hi everyone, this is Jasenia,
This is Ron.
and our presentation is called Think About It, Class Income Stereotypes in Movies and Games. We wanted to focus on the cultural relativism, natural law theory, and the mean world syndrome aspects of class income stereotypes in movies. The following is a breakdown on what we decided to dissect based on our own viewings. Some of the main ideas we'll be talking about are from the Selena movie, the Aladdin Disney movie, The Simpsons and Family Guy, Simpsons characters Cletus, and Aristocrats. Most of the things we'll be talking about will deal with cultural relativism, natural law theory, and the mean world syndrome, along with poor stereotypes and working class stereotypes. In the Selena movie, Selena is portrayed as a Latina from a low-income family. She has poor education, and she starts to sing. Her father is her figure who motivates her to continue on with her singing. The males in this movie are also seen as rugged cholos because of their appearances. In the clip that I'll show you later on, it shows the two different cholo portrayal of how they are poorly educated as well, and they idolize Selena and call her Salinas and are really excited to meet her. Also, in the video clip, we'll be showing like the fatherly figures and gender roles that the father plays in this movie and throughout the movie. This goes on with the natural law theory. And it goes to say that the rational order between the Hispanic families is that the father makes the money and tries to help out, and the mother is the stay-at-home mother and tries to help out as much as she can at home. This also goes back to deal with the cultural relativism that's related to the different roles each character plays, including Selena, the mother, and the father, and her sisters. One example could be from the Selena movie where the sister of Selena talks about being a Latina drummer, and she says that drummers can't be women. According to Coltrane, Park, and Adams, analysis show that fathers' egalitarian gender attitudes and mothers' education are associated with higher levels of father involvement. Fathers are more involved in monitoring and interacting with children when families place more emphasis on family rituals. They are more involved in supervising children when mothers are employed more hours, and they perform more housework when mothers earn more and the family is under economic stress. Counter to the macho stereotypes, Mexican-identified men are more likely than more acculturated men to supervise children and engage them in conventionally feminist activities. And this is true in the Selena clip. So in this clip, when we talked about how the two cholos, so these are the two cholos that we're trying to talk about, they start to say, oh, look, this is Salinas. Like, I'm pretty sure this is Salinas. And they go back and they look at her and they're like, damn, this is Salinas. And this is how they're showing the poor educated Hispanics in the movie and how they idolize this female singer. Moving on, we also have the Aladdin Disney movie. In Aladdin, he's seen as a thief and a beggar, and he wants to become rich because no one respects him, but he also wants to show off that he wants to be with Jasmine, the other main character in the story. He's seen as a playboy persona, charming Jasmine with lies, and he also has poor education and is mocked by the genie a lot. He's called a street rat, and a lot of this goes to show the mean world syndrome throughout the movie. It shows that it's kind of dirty, it's mean, and it's violent. In the beginning of the next video clip, it shows Aladdin stealing a piece of bread, and they start talking about how they want to cut his ear off, and a lot of the different scenes in this movie are portrayed as having the whole world seem really violent and really scary, that it's hard to come by and live through.
All right, Simpsons and Family Guy. Both male heads of the households, are members of the working class. They're drunk, fat, stupid, and stupid. Terrible husbands. Working class, their wives might be obnoxious or crude, but they at least hold it together and are able to run the family, while their inept husbands go to work and mess up at their jobs. Peter Griffin is working at some type of factory, a toy factory or a brewery. I think he works at both at one point. And he still messes that job up, even though all he has to do is grab things off the assembly line. Homer Simpson works at the nuclear factory, and all he has to do is like watch levels, I'm pretty sure, but he always falls asleep on the job eating donuts. This is another, basically, our society is, sees working class as lower, and they associate that with not being educated and, not, failing to become a middle class member of society. Here's a quote. The problem with The Simpsons is that the middle class Americans of Springfield are working class stereotypes. Moe, Lenny, Carl, Barney, Marge's sisters, groundskeeper Willie, and obviously Cletus, slack-jawed yokel, are not the petite bourgeoisie but the lumpen proletariat. In other words, the viewer can laugh at Homer's ugly American stereotype and also laugh at the non-American others and stereotypes of their tacky cultures. So they're laughing at everything on the cartoon because they're being stupid and xenophobic, idiot Americans, and, stupid working class people, even though the viewers themselves are basically doing the same thing. And here's a clip of Homer trying to buy a gun. The gun store owner tells him, he's like, hey, be careful with that thing. And Homer's like, I don't have to be careful. I have a gun. It's just an example of Homer being a dumb idiot. Cletus's family on The Simpsons. Cletus is portrayed as a dumb yokel. His children have ridiculous names, another poor stereotype. He's missing teeth and doesn't wear shoes. He's a hillbilly. They keep insinuating that he's inbred. Uses phrases like this here's and what y'all think and ain't. I mean, it's cultural relativism because in the U.S. it's okay and socially accepted to make fun of the poor and stupid because, they're failures in the capitalistic society. We often mock them, especially like people with southern accents. It's Cletus's family, and they're all saying their ridiculous names. One was incest, another was crystal meth. In Aristocats, there's two dogs called Napoleon and Lafayette. They're portrayed as country. They're dumb and bumbling. They fall all over the place, and they're supposed to be guard dogs, but they often mess up that simple job. And they speak slowly and not very eloquently. They also use a lot of words like ain'ts and that's and all that. It's clip of Napoleon and Lafayette messing up guarding the farm they're on.
So in conclusion, many of the issues we discussed have been portrayed in the media for as long as we can remember. It all comes down to the main topics we presented about cultural relativism, the natural law theory, and the mean world syndrome. A lot of the movies today still hold true to these principles and will continue to do so in order to attract certain audiences.